The indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, announced a decision many never thought would come this soon: the total and permanent cancellation of the Monday sit-at-home. The order, according to IPOB, came directly from its detained leader, Nnamdi Kanu. From Monday, February 9, 2026, markets are expected to open. Schools are to resume fully. Vehicles should return to the roads. Offices are to unlock their doors. Life, at least officially, is meant to return to normal across the 5 southeast states. Now, at this point, let us slow down and understand what this really means for millions of people who have lived for years under the shadow of fear every Monday morning. In a statement dated February 8, 2026, and signed by IPOB spokesperson Emma Powerful, the group said the sit-at-home order is no longer in force. The statement was firm, direct, and unusually final in tone.
Don't go out today. Drivers looked over their shoulders. Traders calculated losses they could not recover. Some complied out of sympathy. Others stayed indoors out of fear. And many simply had no choice. Those who dared to defy the sit-at-home often paid a price. Burnt shops, attacked vehicles, injured drivers, sometimes lives lost. Now, with this announcement, IPOB says that era is over. That era is gone, the statement declared boldly.
But here's where the story gets even more exciting. IPOB did not stop at cancelling the sit-at-home. The group went further to issue a strong warning to anyone who might attempt to continue enforcing it. Any individual or group attempting to enforce sit-at-home from this moment forward is acting against his direct command, IPOB said. The language was harsh and deliberate. Such persons are enemies of our people and the Biafran cause. They will be pursued to the ends of the earth and confronted until they are completely defeated. Now let us look at this clearly. For a long time, residents have complained that unknown gunmen, criminal gangs, and opportunists hijacked the sit-at-home idea, using it to extort, terrorize, and kill. IPOB's statement appears to directly address that concern. But will those groups listen? Will criminals who have profited from fear suddenly drop their weapons because of a statement? This is one of the biggest questions hanging in the air now. One of the most striking parts of the statement was IPOB's response to skepticism. Any person in doubt should visit Sokoto Correctional Center to confirm with him, the group said, referring to Nnamdi Kanu's place of detention. The message was blunt: no more excuses, no more claims that Onyendu cannot be reached. This was IPOB's way of closing the door on internal arguments and uncertainty. Whether this approach calms nerves or raises eyebrows is another matter, but clearly the group wanted to remove ambiguity.
Another angle to this issue is security. IPOB warned that enemies of Biafra may attempt what it described as false flag operations, attacks or intimidation meant to create fear and make people stay indoors despite the cancellation. We urge our people to remain vigilant, calm, and law-abiding, the statement said. This warning is important. Residents of the Southeast know too well that even rumors can empty streets. A single shotgun, a burnt vehicle, a viral video. Fear spreads faster than facts. So the coming Mondays will not just test compliance, they will test trust. Trust in IPOB's word. Trust in security agencies. Trust that it is truly safe to come out. Will people take that risk immediately, or will they wait and watch from behind closed doors? However, across the region, reactions began pouring in within hours of the announcement. In Aba, a shoe trader who has lost count of his Monday losses said quietly, "If this is true, then God has answered our prayers, but we will watch first." In Onitsha, a transporter said, "They have said this before in different ways, but this one sounds serious. Still, nobody wants to be the first victim." Parents expressed cautious relief. One mother in Enugu said, "My children are tired of staying at home every Monday, but as a mother, I will not push them into danger." Now pause and think. If you were in their shoes, what would you do on Monday morning? Would you open your shop fully? Would you send your child to school? Would you wait for others to test the waters? These are not easy decisions.
Although IPOB's statement did not detail the role of security agencies, the implication is clear. Monday movements will require strong security presence to reassure the public. In past weeks, state governments, especially Anambra, Imo, and Enugu, have increased patrols on Mondays, escorting traders to markets and ensuring schools open. From this point, for months, Anambra State Governor Chukwuma Charles Soludo has been vocal about ending the Monday sit-at-home. He openly insisted that it must stop, warning traders against staying away from markets and threatening sanctions against non-compliance. His stance sparked debate. Some saw it as bold leadership, others saw it as risky, even provocative. So here's the big question many are asking tonight. Could Governor Soludo's insistence that the sit-at-home must end have pressured IPOB into voluntarily calling it off? Was this decision already in the works, or did the increasing firmness from state governments force a rethink? IPOB's statement did not directly credit Soludo. In fact, it warned governors, particularly Soludo, against intimidating traders or using demolition threats. No state governor has the right to threaten, demolish, or forcibly shut down the businesses of traders who, out of conscience, choose to sit at home, IPOB said. This suggests tension still exists. So, was this cancellation a response to political pressure, economic reality, internal reflection, or all of the above? Let's pause and ask ourselves, can peace truly return when both sides are still... This line feels like an admission that internal divisions and external manipulation have worsened the Southeast's troubles. Now, at this point, one must ask, has the damage already gone too far, or can trust be rebuilt? Years of fear do not disappear overnight. Beyond politics and security, the sit-at-home has left deep scars. Economically, the Southeast lost billions of naira. Small businesses collapsed. Daily earners went hungry. Transport costs rose. Educationally, children lost valuable learning time. Some schools tried to adjust, but consistency was impossible. Psychologically, fear became routine. Mondays became associated with anxiety, not productivity. Ending sit-at-home is not just about opening shops, it is about healing a region. But healing requires cooperation.